In Arkansas, up to a foot of rain, almost 3 months worth, falling there in just 4 days. Floodwaters nearly submerging some buildings, like this antique shop in Hardy, Arkansas. Here in North Little Rock, Arkansas, widespread flooding turning intersections like this into riverways, streets blocked off and barricaded. And as the rain continues to fall, the danger mounts. Cars littered along this highway overnight, stalled by the flooding. Rescues happening across several states. First responders here in Texarkana pulling people out of their cars, rescuing this man.
He was floating in the water and he just didn't want to go.
Kentucky also hit by destructive floodwaters. This house seen floating down the Kentucky River. Now, just a pile of debris. This man's photography business flooded from an earlier round of rain, with more now on the way.
It's just too massive of an amount to kind of control.
Kentucky expecting another deluge tonight. And here in Bryant, just south of Little Rock, this is just one example of the flooding paralyzing the region. More than 175,000 customers across 4 states without power tonight, Whit.
It's just been relentless. All right, Morgan Norwood, thank you. And the dangerous weather spanning across a dozen states with more than 50 million Americans on alert. Let's bring in meteorologist Danny Beckstrom with our New York station WABC. And Danny, this flood threat is far from over.
Yeah, Whit, the flash flood threat is getting more dangerous by the minute. Widespread, heavy rain on the radar. Memphis still under a flash flood emergency. Officials now saying dozens of streets are flooded in the city. This is a massive area of heavy rain, strong thunderstorms. And remember, at this point, the ground is already saturated, meaning the continued downpours easily trigger life-threatening flash flooding for much of the Mid-South to the Ohio River Valley. It's the same area still seeing a tornado threat. The National Weather Service calling this a once-in-a-generation event because these communities are being hit by both dangers simultaneously through tonight. This is a nearly stationary system, but it finally begins to move on Sunday, sliding across the southeast. There will still be the potential for damaging wind and an isolated tornado from Mobile to Atlanta tomorrow. And while the rain will wrap up in Tennessee and Arkansas, the concern turns to rising river levels that could keep flooding in play for days. Whit?
Something else to watch. Danny Beckstrom, thanks so much. We appreciate it.